Welcome back to episode 60 of the 3 Count Out podcast. My name is RV1. With me this week, they want your souls, they want your holes. It's Jackal, Joker, and Mike.
Oh, what a way to introduce us. Yeah, it's not a lot of football, but at least we got some wrestling to talk about.
Actually, I think you read my little post-it note wrong on there. It says I want your mole. The beauty mark on your face is absolutely lovely. Hi, my name's Jackal.
No, that's because he was reading my post-it note, not yours.
Oh, well, shit, then why did I give him one that was directly underneath yours? This seems like a failure on both of our parts, then.
I found this post-it note on FGK's chair that just says, please play tape. And there's a VHS tape here, and I don't know what's on this tape, but it does say ransom note.
Oh no.
I think we just get rid of this tape and we deal with it later. We just
Oh, is that why he's not here?
I can only assume.
He went to the wrong side of town again. That makes sense.
It's very possible the Saudi government may have come after him.
They got him after all these months.
They got him. Saudi doesn't fear FGK. They imprison them.
Yeah. Finally got tired of his lovely accents he does.
Yeah, lovely's a word. Lovely's a word. Out of all the
not
words
the right
I use
one,
to
but it
describe
is a word.
It's a word.
I don't know how we're gonna get through this week without hearing Kev struggle his way through college football.
I think that is actually a perfect world to open up things with, is the world of football, just due to the fact that there's, oh boy, not much to talk about here. I know last week we did a very, very quick look ahead at a bunch of teams for the 2025 season, the bottom tiers, the shitters of the divisions, if you will. And we're going to continue that trend here going forward. Looking ahead to 2025, it is time to take a peek at the Las Vegas Raiders and the New York Jets. Two teams that, again, should finish near the very, 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 hold on, I'm almost done, very, 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 very bottom of the leaderboards next season.
You forgot a very.
Oh, damn it, I see it scribbled out right here. Shit, my bad, hold on.
Strike through.
Very bottom. All right. All the boxes checked out. And one, unfortunately, a bit too familiar with me and Mike at the moment, is going to be the New York Lions. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean the Detroit Jets. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean Aaron Glenn and friends. There we go. The Aaron Rodgers list. New York Giants next season, as Aaron Glenn has pulled a similar thing to Ben Johnson and has cleaned out the staff from the Lions that he wanted to take with him. I'm not going to say he took everybody, but he did take a significant amount of coaches over to New Jersey with him, because they're still not in New York.
No, and they never will be. They'll for always and ever be part of New Jersey.
Fucking nerds.
That'll teach him, Mike. Yeah, there you go. That's the way.
Tell him.
I think this is going to be very similar to the Lions' first year, in my opinion, where it was just sort of it was a really poor season in the grand scheme of things. However, it was a season that you needed to have in the long run, because it's a first-year head coach. You just lost. I mean, in their minds, they just lost a franchise quarterback, even though everybody in America could have told you that Aaron Rodgers was not the answer in the year of our Lord, 2025.
How long has Aaron Rodgers been a quarterback?
Oh, long time. Long time. I believe he got drafted in 07, 06.
The only thing I remember is that literally it was pretty much since I've been alive, it's been Brady. Or not Brady, Favre, and then Rodgers, and now Jordan Love.
In succession. So Packers fans haven't had a quarterback issue to deal with. And before Brett Favre, even still, they had Bart Starr for a while, too.
Yeah, they've been very adamant about, like, hey, when we get a quarterback, this is our quarterback. We don't switch, we don't move on. this is our guy. We're going to build him up. We're going to make him. This is going to be the best quarterback in the league, or at least one of them. So,
Lucky.
and then all of a sudden, at the end of their career, they're like, "All right, get out of here, you little scamp!" And the quarterback's like, "I'm going to go play for another team and win." Oh,
9 times out of 10, they're like, I think New York's hiring.
yeah.
Jordan Love, I think I know where Jordan Love will end up in a couple of years. But I don't think the Packers fans have room to bitch and moan here because it's also a tiny bit of news that's come out today. It has been noted that a team has submitted an appeal to the NFL to try and get, here, let me read my notes, the Tush Push banned once and for all.
Jesus Christ, they're doing this again?
Again.
All right,
and
listen.
the team name who originally submitted the appeal has been scrubbed out, but according to Jackal's sources, it has been quietly revealed that team was in fact the Green Bay Packers.
Listen, just fucking ban it at this point. Fuck it, let's go.
Just get rid of it.
If this is what it takes, if the bitching and complaining will stop, if everybody will finally admit that it just comes down to how efficient your team can be on 3rd and 4th down, just admit defeat. If this is what it takes, fuck it. Ban it. Who gives a shit? It's one
Honestly,
play.
though,
fuck it.
because then that opens up a whole other can of worms. Like, now do you ban quarterback sneaks?
Right.
Do you
ban all
like,
of them?
runs up the middle? Like, what is
I'm
in
sorry.
fact a tush push?
Do you ban trick plays?
I'm going to throw this out there. If you can't stop the tush push, your team sucks. Okay, move
Yeah.
on.
100%.
Don't let the team that's good at it, Philadelphia,
If you don't
get
like it,
in that position in the first place.
stop it. If you don't like it, stop it.
All I can say is I'm sorry our quarterback is a freak of nature. I don't know, the dude squats a lot. Saquon squats a lot. Our offensive line is the biggest in the NFL. Sorry? Just get better. I don't know what they're a team that built for this play. They built themselves so this play is going to work every single time. And when they need it, it works. They can scoot 3 or 4 yards if they need to with this shit. Doesn't matter. It works.
It's just so funny to me that the Packers, I'm going to call them out on it again, the Packers organization saw everything that the Eagles were doing, saw the video footage of Saquon Barkley essentially squatting 1,000 pounds at fucking 16 years old or something, and they went, no, the play is the issue here.
Right.
That's the one that's illegal. We need to stop that. Mr. Roger Goodell, stop it. They're hurting our feelings.
Well, and more to that point, pretty much any team you let get to, the goal line is going to score. The Lions, if they get to the goal line, one of the 2 running backs that are 2 of the best in the league are going to score 100% of the time. And so, what, are we going to stop just goal line runs too?
It's so
like
stupid.
you're targeting a play for the championship team. Just why? Because they're the champion.
It's just bitching and complaining. It's just bitching and complaining.
And of course, it's so gratifying to me, in my opinion, because of course it's the Packers. It makes so much sense that it's Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. They got cheese for brains.
This circles back to everything, because the whole reason we started this conversation in the first place was talking about the Jets, and that just goes to show you how shit the Jets are going to be, because we spent this whole time talking about Philly and Green Bay instead of the actual New York Jets themselves.
Well,
because, my God, they need a lot of help.
For the Jets.
Oh, go for it, Mike. Go for it.
I was going to say, for the Jets, they don't have a quarterback. They might draft one. But also, who cares? Because they're probably also moving on from Devontae Adams, so they have a wide receiver.
Garrett Wilson also requested a trade, too.
Yeah, and then...
Will he get it? No.
Their defense is okay. It's not the worst in the league, but it's okay.
It's Sauce Gardner and others.
Yeah, so, I mean... They need a lot of help. They are going to take, if they are serious about a rebuild, and if Aaron Glenn is actually good at that, which I guess we'll find out, it's going to take them a couple years before they can do anything.
100%. 100%. And kudos to Aaron Glenn for actually having the wherewithal to be like, man, I really respect Dan Campbell. Like, I love the Lions organization. Let me actually go to the AFC so I'm not in direct competition with the man who allowed me to get this head coaching position. That is much better than some other people decided to do. But they need a lot of help. I don't think they're going to be making much noise in the AFC East regardless, because they're still in the same division with, let me check my notes here, the MVP Josh Allen Bills, the Tua Concussion Aloha Dolphins, and whatever the hell we want to call the Patriots for next season is the AFC East at the moment. And it looks like Josh Allen has a stranglehold on everything until he doesn't want to anymore. So at best for New York, even if they have a stellar season, they're only going to get a wild card spot is their ceiling at the moment. And with the power of the AFC, I don't think they're going to get even close to it, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, I just don't know how the Jets are going through this rebuild. They're looking at every single person on their team and trying to figure out where the problem is, and it's everybody except Aaron Rodgers, right? Everybody except Aaron Rodgers is the problem. Meanwhile, literally all of America can look at this team and look at your fucking 40-something-year-old geriatric ayahuasca in the jungle doing quarterback and be like, yeah, that guy is the problem. The guy that ripped his fucking Achilles and then went, you know what the solution is? Drugs.
More and more and more drugs.
And like I don't understand. It's the same thing as like I don't understand how the Giants let Saquon walk. I don't understand how the Jets have looked at Aaron Rodgers and gone, that's our quarterback. That's our guy. Let's go. Like, how do you get behind that? Why is he still here? Well, I guess he's not, but.
Yeah, not anymore at least. Because to answer your question, because they're the Jets. It's the short answer to it. They've done that for so many different. The same reason that they looked at baby ass Zach Wilson and went, yeah, this guy will save us. The same reason they looked at Mike White and went, yeah, this guy will save us. The same reason they looked at old man Brett Favre and went, yeah, this guy will save us, because they need any help that they can fucking get. They haven't had a franchise quarterback since fucking Joe Namath, and that was my grandpa's quarterback at this point. Good Lord. Whew, getting all worked up. I think we need to switch to the next team, and we're going to stick in the AFC. And that next team is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders. Mike, what you got to say about the Raiders for next year?
The Raiders are another team that have no quarterback, even though they go, well, we have Aiden O'Connell and Gardner Minshew, and it's like, okay, neither of them are actual like quarterbacks. Neither of them are going to be all-star starters ever in the NFL. Gardner was at one point, but he's not a great quarterback. He's an okay one. They have one wide receiver, I believe. Unless Jacoby Myers left, I can't remember.
I believe he's still there.
But so that gives them one offensive weapon. Their running back core is a veritable who's who of former backups.
Shout out Amir Abdullah.
Exactly.
Still somehow has a job in the NFL. God bless.
And so that's another team where like they're going to take at least 2-3 years before they even have probably like a winning season.
If that.
Because they need a lot of work. Their offense, nothing. Their defense, nothing. It's one of those games where people just circle them on the board and go, okay, well, we have a win at least here.
And of course, they've been in the same division as Patrick Mahomes for the past however long he's been in the NFL, which has essentially been, let me check here, 2 free wins for the Chiefs every single year, no matter what. So that's cool.
They win games every now and then because people underestimate them. And when you let your defense take a day off, any quarterback can throw for like 300, 400 yards. And they surprise people sometimes. All of a sudden, quarterback's playing right, or the running back all of a sudden gets 150 rushing yards, but they're not going to be overall a wildly successful team anytime soon.
Yeah, successful teams. Oh, I was gonna say successful teams are teams that have like an identity behind them. Like Philly. Philly and the Eagles are synonymous. Detroit and the Lions are synonymous. I feel like Vegas and the Raiders, people just kind of don't give a shit, right? Like they're there, but at the end of the day, what are they actually doing that's notable? And like that's just gonna continue.
When they were in Oakland, that team had a rabid fan base.
Right.
Still
yeah,
wasn't a great
they had
team,
an identity
but that
there.
fan base was craving it, and then they took them away. And we're like, well, Vegas needs a team, and Vegas is just kind of like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're just there for tourism. That's all they're there for. They're there so that way when you go to Vegas, you can say you went to an NFL game.
And also to give Vegas a whole ass stadium to run shows out of. Shout out WrestleMania this year.
Yep. I'm sure that's a nice perk too.
Yep, absolutely. My opinion, I think the problem with the Raiders starts way more than actual identities of, offense, defense, whatever. I personally think the whole issue with the Raiders is that Mark Davis is a fucking donut of an owner, and he should not be in charge of an NFL team forever, ever again. Like, same vibes as the old lady who owned the Bears, He's just goofy and a giant man baby and doesn't like to trade people. Like, there's a very realistic world where Max Crosby doesn't go anywhere at all just because Mark Davis refuses to trade his contract, even though that is probably negatively affecting his team at this point because of the capital that you would get from Max Crosby. However, don't tell Mark Davis that. He'll think you're lying to him.
That's probably true.
It's a lot. Same thing with the Jets. The Raiders have a lot of shit they need to go through, and they are not going to do it in one season. I don't know if Pete Carroll is going to be the man to fix it for him, especially since he's like fucking 90 now or something. Pete Carroll is not young.
How you feeling, Pete?
I'm okay.
Coming out of retirement, essentially, after stepping away from the Seahawks and signing up to be with Tom Brady, the new head coach for the Raiders, I think they'll maybe surprise a couple people this season. I don't think they're going to do anything of note. I do also think they have a high draft pick as well, which helps a ton. Right now, at the moment, I believe either Shador is going to the Raiders or to the Patriots, I believe. So getting Shador Sanders would be a huge help. However, in my opinion, might also be a huge distraction. Whatever side of the fence you are on, I would arguably say Shador Sanders is a big upgrade over. Again, Mike, what was that one more time? Aiden O'Connell, I believe.
Yeah, Aiden O'Connell.
Oh boy, I think my grandmother with a pulse would be a big upgrade over Aiden O'Connell at this point.
I'd pay to see it.
At least I'm going to say this, and this is a very easy defense of Aiden O'Connell. The team actually likes him, it seems like, and they try and back him, even though he's not great. But it is nice seeing players actually want to help your quarterback instead of just not giving a fuck about him. You know what I mean?
It is a nice change of pace. Actually caring for a rookie who's you can see out there doing his best with a shit hand.
Well,
Still not
and that's the other
results,
point is,
but,
I'm sure if that kid was able to sit and learn and be able to actually learn the NFL and learn the game and not run for his life or get his hand broken, he could probably turn into a decent quarterback, but he's on the Raiders, and the Raiders are going to get him turned into a pile of goop.
Indeed they are, and we won't find out until next season. We won't even know what quarterback they got here soon, too, because there's also rumors that Sam Darnold could be heading out that way. There's rumors that's where Aaron Rodgers could head back head back out to. It'd be very funny if Devontae Adams goes with him, to have him go to the Raiders, leave the Raiders to go to the Jets, only to turn around and go back to the Raiders, which I think would be fucking hilarious in my opinion. But I still think the Raiders are unfortunately going to be the bottom of the barrel in the AFC West. Not mainly due to Patrick Mahomes. I think it's just the other three teams are head and shoulders above where the Raiders are at the moment. And unfortunately, one team does have to finish in last. And I think looking at everybody else, the Raiders are going to be locked into that position here for the foreseeable future.
Oh, yeah.
I think if the Raiders can keep this up for a couple of years, like if they can actually get this rebuild going, next season or the season after, maybe that's something to watch. But, yeah, for right now, they're going to be hot doo-doo garbage.
And that is going to conclude another week of checking out some NFL teams in preview in lieu of the 2025 upcoming NFL season. I think now we should be on track to do one team a week from here on out. We'll leave it up to a group decision this time. Gentlemen, who should we talk about next week? Give a little preview to.
You know what? I think because we tiptoed around the person that decided to go into the same division as his former team, I think we talk about the Bears.
The Bears next
The Bears.
week. A very... time for a very uncomfortable conversation about Ben Johnson and the Chicago Bears. I really hope the guy who rants him off, FGK, is going to let him go so that he can be there for that one. Because boy, oh boy, I'm sure he's got some things to say about that. And speaking of FGK, it's time for...
Aww.
No.
Fuck, I forgot. It's not time for that one. Damn it.
Yeah. Jackal, it's fine. We're actually going to replace FGK Guesses College Mascots with an hour-long promo about how I want your soul.
Oh, good. Oh, I'm so excited, I think. I don't know if this is the excited
Nobody
or
is excited, and everybody should be, but nobody is. We're all confused.
Off is the direction you can fuck, and boy, oh boy, I sure wish that Dwayne did this past Friday, because I only saw the highlights. What in the fuck was that, guys?
That's what happens when you're off that scissor up, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's perks. Oh, that's why.
That's all I can think of is he had way too much tequila before he went out, or they gave him like 3 or 4 different scripts. What really bothered me about this promo, though, is I'm sitting here going, man, this makes like no fucking sense. What are they talking about? And then I see that SmackDown has a post show. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's a SmackDown post-show press conference. So I turn it on, and who do I see sitting there but the final boss? It's Dwayne Johnson. And The Rock is talking about that promo, and he says, yeah, who knows what that means? Even I don't know. And I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you don't know? We are 2 months from WrestleMania.
It's supposed to be you, champ.
You're supposed to know.
I'm like, we are 2 months from WrestleMania. Why are you saying cryptic shit that you don't even know? And WWE has been very clear that they book backwards. They start at WrestleMania and then book the year backwards from that. So, like, again, it's just Dwayne coming in at the 11th hour and just inserting himself right into this story, which I find ironic that it's going to probably take CM Punk out of the main event.
Oh, no.
Potentially Punk winning a title. We could do the funniest shit ever.
Oh my god, you're right. Literally.
We'll have CM Punk leave wrestling for another 8 years.
Oh, fuck's sake. We just got him back, Dwayne. Damn it, you don't need to plug Terramana in the main event. We just got Punk back. Fuck. I did some patent pending investigative journalism from Jackal. found out that originally, since spoiler alert, if you haven't seen SmackDown, next year's WrestleMania location is going to be back in New Orleans yet again. And I can tell you the next couple of years after that, too, because then they're going to go to Dallas again. Then they're going to go to San Francisco again. And then they're going to go to L.A. again. And then they're going to go back to New Orleans. And then they're going to go to Miami. And then they're probably going to go back to Philly at one point.
Yeah,
and
but
then
later
they're probably going to go to New York. And then they're going to go back to New Orleans. They only go to the same fucking cities. And it's starting to get really obnoxious. But they wanted to do it during the Super Bowl weekend. However, the terrorist attack that happened around the time of the college football playoffs made it so that the city of New Orleans was kind of really, really beefing up the security at the moment for the Super Bowl festivities. And I don't know if it was just like the wrong price or something, or whatever they couldn't agree on, because they wanted to do it similar to the 40 press conference last year where, you know, the face-off between Roman Rock and Cody and Seth.
Yeah.
So that is kind of this was kind of their best bet to circumvent that, fit it in, retcon it, whatever word you feel like using to describe it is what they wanted to do past Friday. And even still, after saying all that, it still makes no goddamn sense to me.
I do want to say one thing about WrestleMania being in New Orleans. Quick sidebar here. Your main event of WrestleMania next year is going to involve Ricky Saints. If it does not involve Ricky Starks, now Ricky Saints in NXT, literally the Saints name literally is representing his heritage from New Orleans and the New Orleans Saints. Like, if he's not your main event of WrestleMania next year, you have done something completely wrong. And Triple H has a pretty good track record of doing things completely right. So calling it now. But yeah, I just don't understand why The Rock decides that he wants to start a WrestleMania, like, I assume match, even though he's saying maybe not a match, but like, why start this story now, right? Because like, I would assume WrestleMania is the payoff, no matter what the payoff is. Why start this 2 months? Like, this is no time to do this. You should have started this last year. Instead of doing the let me touch your belt creepy bullshit, why didn't you tell him you wanted to take his soul then? It would have gotten the exact same lukewarm reaction either way. Like,
the other thing too, even if they didn't have that in mind for the Raw after 40 last year, I give you another time where they could have fucking done it at. Hello, Raw debut on Netflix the last time that Dwayne showed up, and instead they just reminded us over and over and over again how good of a friend him and Cody are now, and showing pictures of of their moms hanging out with each other for some reason. And oh my god, drink Terramon to this. We love each other. Our moms are good friends with each other. But I'm gonna touch your soul, Cody. I can see your soul from here.
He's gonna take his soul. I don't know. Maybe Rock was training with the Undertaker. I really don't know what he means when he says take your soul. Because, like, this is WWE, man. They've done some weird shit. Don't forget, they have leprechauns that live underneath a ring in WWE canon. So, like, there's some weird shit. I assume that what he actually was meaning is he's trying to imply, like, some, like, corporate devil backstabby type thing, like, you know, I'll make sure you keep your championship at WrestleMania if you give me a match after, or something, you know. I'm thinking something like a sell your soul type thing, but there are so many better ways to say that. And I don't want to see corporate Cody either. I don't want to see that. I want to see Homelander Cody. I want to see Cody that's just untouchable and just working like we know Cody Rhodes can and just being a heel. He doesn't need to, like, it just makes no sense. I just don't understand how The Rock just shows up and he's just like, hey, fuck you, Triple H. I'm taking the reins now. And it's like, dude, where is this going to a match with Roman Reigns and Cody? Is this going to a match with Roman Reigns and The Rock? Is Cody going to be involved in WrestleMania at all? And even to that point, when I was looking at the Elimination Chamber stuff now, it doesn't say main event at WrestleMania anymore. It says a championship opportunity at WrestleMania.
Oh, Jesus.
So, we were talking about this last week, and I'll say it on air. Jackal, you were right, man. I think the Rumble and the Elimination Chamber no longer get you a main event spot at WrestleMania. They get you a title shot, but they don't get you a main event spot. And I guess it all comes down to whether or not The Rock wants to come back and sell some more tequila.
It's totally could have been done in 15 minutes is my first gripe with all of this. As vague and as confusing as it was, sure, artistic integrity is shut up and let The Rock take you on a ride. Whatever the fuck. Whatever, sure, I don't care. There was no feasible earthly reason why that fucking man could explain it to me, that whole promo needed to be as long as it was, because he kept on repeating himself over and over and over and over and over again. And yeah, I feel like Cody is probably going to, because what did he say at the end? It's like, I expect your answer at Elimination Chamber. Or
there's going to be some sort of face-to-face confrontation at Elimination Chamber, because they don't have a match scheduled for Cody. I assume this is going to be some sort of like backstage thing, maybe in the ring, but I don't know. In The Rock's press conference after SmackDown, he said that this doesn't necessarily need to culminate in a match, which I always kind of assumed was the point of
of
wrestling.
Yep.
What the fuck do I know? So I don't know where this is going. But I guess The Rock will be at Elimination Chamber and Cody Rhodes will be there too. And I don't know.
Hold on, Mike, what are your thoughts on this? I've been talking a lot. I want to hear Mike. What Mike got to say?
Oh, yeah, no, I was just letting you two go.
Fair.
If it was up to me, The Rock would stay away. He would just be corporate Rock. Unless he's going to come back and wrestle full time. Because I'm fucking tired of him coming in during WrestleMania going, I'm taking over, I'm having a match somewhere. Cool, so now a storyline or wrestlers that deserve the spot are going to get cut out. Again, great. We're going to have another stupid thing happen. And, if this is gearing up for an evil, corporate Cody Rhodes, as long as it's a Cody Rhodes that's allowed to say whatever the fuck he wants, I don't care. Be corporate Cody. That's fine. As long as Cody gets to speak his mind, because a heel Cody is a fucking dick.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that happen. That would be terrific if that's what they're doing. If it's just The Rock trying to get himself a match or something, I'm not here for it. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see The Rock wrestle. I got my fill of that in the 90s and the early 2000s, and then when he came back again and again.
Yeah, I got my fill of that last year.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. At least he's not holding that doofy fucking title anymore.
Oh, the Muhammad Ali belt. He forgot it this week, though.
Yeah.
I don't care if it was a gift from God. Like, you didn't earn a title. You're not supposed to be holding a title. You look like a 5-year-old. And that's clearly why he's too busy doing dances with his daughters.
He's this big buff bad evil guy, and then he's doing TikTok dances with his daughters.
I love my family.
Which, hey man, be a family guy. That's cool. That you do you. But then he's from that same wrestling generation that goes, these kids don't, kayfabe's dead, blah 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 blah. You can't be part of that
true.
generation and bitch and complain.
He was part of the generation that originally broke kayfabe with the click and everything, so he's from that generation.
I don't know.
But at the same time, like, maybe if you're doing a weird storyline, don't take time to go do a little goofy, terrible fucking dance with your daughters. Great, you're spending time with your family. Love it. Support you to the ends of the earth spending time with your family. That's awesome.
Doesn't mean you need to post it.
That was stupid.
Does not. You could even record it and everything, do the whole 9 yards. Doesn't mean you need to post it. If you do want to post it, make a private account somewhere. Make it so the internet wrestling community can't get a hold of that. And now that's the only thing I've seen now is, I want your soul, Cody. All right, let me go home and dance to the Moana soundtrack real quick. Like, it just takes me out of it a little bit, you know? I understand it's a whole wrestling carny biz to begin with, but come the fuck on, man. Like, it's Mania season. I want to feel a little something here. I don't want to be dancing to fucking Maui. Can I get a Chihu?
I'm sorry, I'm too white to do that. I will say though, I like everyone. I like the one joke that I love that's come out of this the most is everyone just reposting the BTE shit when Cody was possessed. And they're just like, this is what it's going to be like when The Rock takes Cody's soul.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I think that's a nice segue into what I want to say here. I personally think at Chamber, if we'll start it like this, I think Cody is still going to say no. Obviously, I think that is a very safe thing to say.
Yeah.
Do you think that Dwayne switches targets, quote unquote? Do you think he then dips his big, meaty little sausage fingers into the Elimination Chamber match and maybe make somebody in there his corporate champion, like, say...
I want to unhear that statement.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe somebody on their retirement tour or something, so maybe we could get, like, a heel Cena out of that?
I mean, I don't know if that's what John Cena is here to do. I think if Cody says no, I think based off of what we saw leading up to WrestleMania last year, that means he's going to be in for, once a month or however often The Rock wants to show up, ass whoopings. We'll just see a lot more bloody Cody in the parking lot. And that might be what leads to the Homelander snapping moment where Cody Rhodes finally just loses it and goes like just full heel Cody. Maybe Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens don't come to the aid of Cody Rhodes. Maybe Jey Uso doesn't come to the aid of Cody Rhodes. Maybe Randy Orton doesn't come to the aid of Cody Rhodes. And he's finally left alone with Dwayne. And we've seen what happens when, remember when he had him out in the parking lot bleeding in the rain, that super cinematic moment. That's what happens when Cody Rhodes is alone with the final boss. And you got to understand, this is a Rock ego grab. So there is in no way that he's going to come out of this looking weak. So the guy who has it in his movie contracts that he can't lose his fights is not going to come out of this looking weak at all.
So I think your answer to my question is that he does not try to make anybody else a corporate champion. He keeps his eyes set on Cody then.
Yeah, I think again, however often he shows up is however often Cody Rhodes gets a beat down. If it's once a month, it's once a month. What I would like to see, here's where I would like to see this happen. Here's where I'd like to see this go. Cody Rhodes says no. The Rock then decides that he needs to say, okay, well, I have the bloodline. And I hope he gets Jacob. He gets, he kind of just gets a couple people here and there. They're not really like a full-fledged unit type of thing, but he's still getting some power in the bloodline. And then I want to see The Rock make his own team, because then I want to see Roman Reigns make his own team. and then I want to see those two teams fight. I want Team Rock versus Team Roman, and I don't give a shit about The Rock and Cody Rhodes. So I hope they just kind of pivot like they did last year. I hope that they see the reaction to this and they go, oh, people aren't feeling this. And that's what happened last year is they did this and they went, no, people aren't feeling this. And you know, they changed. They had to be bullied to do so, but that's why we're shit talking them on a podcast. That being said, there is a lot more going on in Elimination Chamber that does deserve our attention. So we are going to go down the card here and talk about this pay-per-view. There are 4 matches on this card, but it makes sense when you look at the type of matches. Normally it's 5, but this one is 4. I think the Rumble, it was also 4. Anyway, we have, let's see here, let me get the list. All right, so we'll open it up here with the men's Elimination Chamber match for an undisputed WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. We got the man on the retirement tour, John Cena. The man searching for a WrestleMania main event, CM Punk. The man everybody loves to hate and the man that hates everyone, Drew McIntyre. We got the man that everybody legitimately hates, Logan Paul. We got the man that everybody has legitimately forgot, Damian Priest. And the man that everybody just wants to be healthy, Seth Rollins.
This on paper, similar to what happened with the Rumble, this on paper is a very stacked Elimination Chamber card outside of the obvious Logan Paul. And I guess if you're comparing star power, we can add Damian Priest into the mix. Again, I do realize not the target demographic, but still my point stands. I think this chamber is going to be a banger. I think this chamber is going to slap. I do think that there is not a 0% chance that some way, somehow, Dwayne does not get involved in this. I'm not saying it's a big chance. I'm just saying it's not 0. I also think another Samoan is probably going to get involved in this match, eliminating someone else if you read in between the lines. I like 5 out of the 6 people here. I hope this is going to be a banger. I have been flip-flopping on this all week since last recording to try and pick an answer. I know the obvious choice here. I know the betting favorite, but you know what? Give me CM Punk to make it to his first WrestleMania main event going one-on-one with Cody Rhodes, baby.
Well, that's not necessarily what that means, right? Because
it does not mean a main event. It means a WWE Championship match.
Also,
I think let's put it this way. Let's put it this way. I think CM Punk wants it to mean a main event. I think when CM Punk said he wanted to be in the Elimination Chamber, he probably thought it meant a main event, and it probably did mean a main event until The Rock came back.
Oh boy, and depending on whatever happens with Dwayne's segment, we'll see what happens to main event night 2, because at the moment, I still think your WWE Championship should close out night 2 of the show, but with whatever Mr. Rocky has planned, I guess we'll fucking see.
Yeah, your single most important men's title in the company, yeah, it should be the one closing out the final match of WrestleMania. Yeah.
So, give me Punk. I think this match is probably going to be really fucking good.
So, if you go CM Punk, there's one thing I don't think they've done yet, which he ended up having his little thing with Paul Heyman where he said he owed him a favor. Right?
We don't know what that favor is.
What if that favor is getting Roman to give him a little assist, or for maybe him to give him an assist himself, to give him a leg up in the Elimination Chamber? You never know. It's possible.
I'm just saying it could come down to Seth and Punk being the final 2. And all of a sudden, what do you know? Samoan named Joe is coming down to the ring, taking out Seth Rollins. I'm just saying, it works.
Does.
Samoan named Joe is in AEW.
Think about it.
Just let him. Nope.
Think
Nope.
about
Just let him mull
Oh,
it over.
Roman Reigns! Oh, I could hear like Jeopardy music in my head.
I actually think that's a good pick, but I also think, Cena winning would be the clear sense maker, unless they're gonna screw him over and he's gonna have like an actual match with somebody at WrestleMania, which is possible. But who do I pick to win? Man,
Don't hurt yourself.
I guess I'll go Cena for now, even though it feels like this could be something that like a random person wins on a one-off. But I think they've been so focused on CM Punk and Cena that it's gonna basically have to be one of those two, right?
Yeah. If you do the math,
Seth seems like he's gonna get screwed over. Drew's been getting screwed over since he's been back. And Damian Priest, it seems like his time is kind of come and gone. He's going to be there to just either cause or take one of the big bumps of the match.
Yeah, I
Probably.
think I think this is how we get Cena getting number 17. I feel like, especially with this kind of match, this is one that Cena can't really, or I should say, shouldn't really work that hard in, because he's old and fragile. And I the other day I went back and I rewatched the first Elimination Chamber ever on the WWE Vault YouTube channel. And one of the things that I realized was they were really stressing, like, the cage is there to hurt you. Like, they were saying, like, we could have put padding down, but Eric Bischoff decided that was a bad idea, and he wanted it to take 20 years off someone's career. And it's like, the Elimination Chamber used to, I mean, it is like that, but it's not presented like that anymore. You know, now it's like Logan Paul is there just to get the high spots, right? Like, we can look at this match and we can dissect it like that, but in reality, this is everybody else carrying the load, so that way John Cena can, you know, get them up on their shoulders, hit an AA, and 1, 2, 3.
I think the one gripe, the one negative thing I have to say about this match, and albeit I have not watched as intently as some people have, however, I feel like the build for this, and with what everything was saying, with everything Cena was saying at the Rumble after he cut his very vague-esque heel promo, his opponents did not really slander his name that much, or if at all. I don't think they really talked about him in the slightest.
No, they seem to just not give a shit about John Cena, which it just makes me think that it's because everybody's going, well, of course Cena's gonna win, right? So like they're trying to tell all these other stories, so that way there's a plausible outcome some other way. But I'm not against John Cena getting number 17. I'm the guy sitting here saying he should, but It does when you go into a match like this and you go, okay, what does he get? Oh, well, it gets him his title shot at his last WrestleMania ever. Yeah, I could see John Cena main eventing WrestleMania 41, right? Like, we could see that in the main event if that's where this match falls. If it's in the beginning of the card, it's in the beginning of the card. Like, this is John Cena's match no matter where it is. And Cena has openly said that he doesn't really give a shit where his match is. So, you know, this is just going to get Cena his moment. I think this is still going to be a great match. It's you know, it's an Elimination Chamber match. They're always fun to watch. They're always fucking hard hitting. And I mean, listen, we're in a WWE where people can bleed again. So who knows what we're in store for. But I think kind of see the writing on the wall here. I think it's John Cena's time.
Well, and we'll find out tonight, because it's
technically tonight. Yes.
Yeah.
So this comes out on.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's technically tonight. Yeah. So a match that's a little bit more open ended than the men's. For the women's Elimination Chamber match, we have quite an interesting lineup here. This one interests me a lot more than the men's. We have, for a shot at the Women's World Championship, we have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bayley, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Roxanne interests me in this match. I think if the men's match is predictable, I think the women's match has plenty of plausible underdogs. I would love for Roxanne to win this. I think it's a lot to ask of a debut. I guess it's not even technically a debut because she's been on the main roster, but it's like, like this is the biggest match that she's had up until this point. And Booker T's commentary aside, she is a prodigy, like he inflates her a lot because he's the promoter. That's what he's there to do. But what he says is accurate. She's damn good.
I mean, she was also Roxy on the Indies, and she was fucking great then.
Yeah, she's proven.
They've kind of put her in a thing back and forth with Bayley. So I don't know if they're gonna really do that. It's a nice thought of her, coming out right away off the rip, winning. But I don't see it happening when they're like, well, we have others. Again, Alexa Bliss coming back. Love for her to win. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not.
I don't think they have any creative for Alexa Bliss right now, and that is so unfortunate to say. I do want to address something. While you brought up Alexa Bliss, and she's probably somehow related to the Wyatt Six. They don't really have anything going for the Wyatt Six right now because Uncle Howdy is injured. Now apparently there's rumors that Aleister Black is going to be Uncle Howdy. That is total fucking bullshit. They should leave the Wyatt Six as it is. Add Alexa Bliss. You have a women's tag team. You have a men's tag team. You can have Uncle Howdy cutting his weird cryptic promos or whatever while he's injured. I don't understand how they have Alexa Bliss with just no creative. She's just in the Elimination Chamber because she's popular. Like, how?
No. It does feel very just much like thrown together. It's hot shit. We got an open spot left, Billy. I don't know. Who do we throw in there? Jade Cargill? No, shit. She's still injured. Any of the women from NXT? We already got one in there. Shit. Who else do we have on our roster? I don't know. Alexa Bliss just came back last night. Fuck it. Why not? Like,
yeah, I hope somehow that they work some like Wyatt Six spooky shit into this, and we get like Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. Like, have Nikki come out of the ring or some weird bullshit, like get fucking weird with it, so that way Alexa Bliss has something interesting in this match. Because like there's nothing going on right now, and she needs just anything.
I am still firmly staunch in my beliefs. That's a big word for me. I'm firmly staunch in my beliefs that
pulling out the SAT words.
I like the spooky shit. However, spooky shit does not need wrestling belts because they don't care for wrestling belts. Right. They're just spooky, creepy entities.
Right. I'm not saying Alexa Bliss should win. I'm just saying have some spooky shit so that way there's a story for her now.
So, Mike, who'd you pick?
Oh, I don't remember.
Fair.
Because I would love for it to randomly be Alexa Bliss, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to end up being either Liv or Bayley, because Bianca's probably going to have something when Jade comes back, so they're probably going to have a match together. Naomi, they don't use her for anything anyways, unfortunately.
She's a supporting character, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's either going to end up being Liv or Bailey. So I'm going to say probably, as much as I don't want it to, it's probably going to be Liv because Raquel's going to probably end up helping her cheat somehow, right?
Yeah, I can see it like like they're opening the door to let somebody out and Raquel gets the run in or some bullshit like that. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of circumvent yours a little bit. I think it's like I'm not confident with it. This one I legitimately don't know what's gonna happen because turns out not everything is super predictable as some people make it out to be. I don't know why that thought would just come across my mind. I'm actually gonna say, I think I'm gonna say Bianca here because I really like the prospect of Bianca versus Rhea at Mania. I think Jade eventually comes in down the line because I thought she'd be ready at the Rumble. She's not. So I don't know if I want to get my hopes up again thinking she's going to be ready
You want me
Chamber,
to say something that might change your mind?
Well, let me lock it in, print it, seal it, sign it. So unfortunately, I can't change my mind, but I would still love to hear what you have to say anyways.
So there's reports Jade has officially left the Performance Training Center. She is back to health, and she is done training and rehabbing at the Performance Center, so she is pretty much good to go.
God damn it. Well, shit. I shouldn't have signed it, printed, sealed it, locked it away.
So, you know what I think is going to end up happening? It's going to come down to Liv and Bianca, or somebody and Bianca, and Jade's going to come back. Everybody's going to think she's there to help Bianca, and then, come to find out, whoops, Bianca's the one that, set her up, and boom, Jade takes her out. The other person wins 1, 2, 3.
You're putting way too much thought into that. They're just going to throw Jade right back into the tag team division and just completely ignore the fact that she was attacked. Because on Raw, they said it was Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez that did it, and they showed CCTV footage of them walking away from it.
Well, yeah, but then Liv even said, when was the last time I did anything and didn't brag about me doing it?
That's fair. That's a fair point. I didn't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say that on WWE TV like that? She said that recently?
She posted it on X.
Oh,
she said,
yeah, that's why I don't go on there. Yeah.
When was the last time I did anything and didn't brag about it?
She got a good point. She really did rub Dominic Mysterio on Rhea Ripley's face, didn't she?
She rubbed a lot of other things on Dominic too. I'm just saying. I calls them as I sees them.
Well, speaking of rubbing things together, we got a women's tag team match. This one is I have a very interesting theory for this match. We have Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, which is a combination that I'm a fan of. Get your mind out of the gutter, not that way. So we got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. And while you two lament this match, I'm going to give you my theory here. Because what I would love to see at WrestleMania is Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus. I would love to see that happen. And I think the way that you make that happen is in this tag match. I don't care if it's Trish messing up or Tiffany messing up. I don't care if it's like, Nia ducks a punch and Trish takes Tiff out, or however that works. Something like that needs to happen where they're not on the same page. There needs to be enough where Tiffany can say it's your fault that I lost. And that right there can fuel the match, because then Trish can get in the position of, it's not my fault. I'm Trish Stratus. I'm this fucking good, and I'm going to show you. And it gives a very, very, very kind of interesting passing of the torch, a little bit moment between Trish and Tiff. It's like that is a WrestleMania match right there. Not Tiffany Stratton and Nia Jax. Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus.
You're already missing who Tiffany's already facing at WrestleMania. So how would they get rid of her?
Oh, fuck, right. The Royal Rumble does exist. Well, you see, I've given that about as much thought as WWE did.
No, Charlotte's already staked claim on Tiffany.
Make it a triple threat.
Gross. Oh, the triple threat.
What, you want to watch another Charlotte Flair match? I'd much rather watch a match with Trish Stratus in it than not in it.
True, but I think, unfortunately, this match is only happening because Trish wanted death by Snoo Snoo, and her way to do that was, weirdly enough, Nia Jax.
I don't think weirdly enough, it's the Annihilator, dude. That's what she's looking at.
Well,
What makes this even weirder for me is that they're doing this in Toronto too. Like, ain't that Trish's hometown?
Yeah, she doesn't want to travel. You kidding me?
I'm gonna get.
You come to her.
I'm gonna get crushed by a giant woman in my backyard.
Yeah, it's a short drive home, and, and you wake up the next day, you're not in a hotel, you're just in your bed.
This match, I have a different name for this match. I'm gonna call it the Jackal is very glad that this match is not happening at WrestleMania match, because
Understandable.
oh boy,
Yeah.
if this was on the card, this is piss break incarnate, in my opinion. I am a big fan of everybody involved, not named Nia Jax, but
Fair.
whew, shit, Trish coming out not in a Canadian city in the big 2025, that is a big ask. But since it is going to be in Canada, I think the pop is going to be great. I think she's going to be juiced. However, I think with what is going to be happening at 41, I think they're going to try to give Tiffany a little bit of adversity. I also think Charlotte Flair may rear her nice plastic face around the corner, maybe somehow, some way. And
She's going to do her thing. She's going to walk down and go, woo!
Candice LeRae and Nia Jax are both going to have recorded wins over Trish Stratus in the year of our Lord 2025, because I think the bad girls are going to be picking up a big win here on Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, probably. But just to be different, I'm going to say we get, what is it? Stratisfaction, whatever her bulldog is. I can't remember now. And then it's going to turn into, Tiffany's moonsault, and that's how we're going to get the 3. But there is going to be interference up the ass in this match. For sure.
Yeah, this is just the Canada Pop match. Actually, no, I take that back. The Canada Pop match is this next match. This one, I can't remember the last time we had one of these matches in the WWE, but we have an unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I know FGK would shit talk this match, but he could go suck a dick. This is gonna be great.
Damn. I think, again, through my patented Jackal investigative journalism, I believe the last time an unsanctioned match was had was Mania 33 with Triple H and Seth, when Seth had the bum knee, and Triple H was like, "Nah, dude, I'm gonna fucking kill you," and he didn't.
Yeah, you might be
of
right.
A really basic bitch ass Extreme Rules match, and there really wasn't much to it.
Yeah, but this is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, though. This is.
There's going to be a lot more to this match. Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, these two are gonna piles of chairs, ladders, tables. Oh my! I think this match is gonna have everything in it.
I also would not be surprised if this is actually the main event of Elimination Chamber as well.
I feel like it needs to be.
I would also say that this is another match that I am very, very, very glad is not happening at WrestleMania, because we all know how FGK feels. I am very excited to actually see them cut loose this time and not just in a normal basic bitch match. However, this Mania match does not need a rematch because they already fought before in a very forgettable match at WrestleMania 37, where Logan Paul was involved for some reason.
Yeah, the thing that makes me extremely excited about this match happening on this pay-per-view rather than at WrestleMania is that this is in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is where this match should be happening. This is this is the crowd that you do this in front of, and this is the crowd that Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are going to look at and go, fuck it, I don't care. And they're just going to do crazy shit. I mean, look at what Kevin Owens has been doing on this run. He got fucking Alabama slammed through a ladder.
Mm-hmm.
He folded, and they left him there. He was broken. I mean, the next night on Raw, he showed up. He had a black eye, and he looked like he'd been hit by a truck. He looked like Darby Allin after he got hit by the bus. Like, it's someone's gonna die. That's like this is. Sami Zayn's gonna go meet El Generico. Like, that's what's gonna happen here.
We might as well just call Elimination Chamber 2025 like run-ins, the pay-per-view, because I also feel like there's a very reasonable world where Karrion Kross also gets involved in this match. I also feel like maybe, I don't know, a guy named Randy Orton who got dropped on his noggin by Kevin Owens gets involved in this match. I think this match is not going to be clean and the slightest, and I have not a single fucking issue with it, dude. As far as a winner goes, probably gonna say Sammy Hogan. I feel like Kevin Owens probably doesn't need it as much as Sammy does, and he'll be like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. I won last time. Sure, Sammy, you take it. I wouldn't be surprised with either guy winning this one, in full honesty.
I kind of want to see it stopped due to referee stoppage again, like when they fought for the first time in WWE, in NXT. So I want Kevin Owens to win.
Ooh.
I think this match, yes, it's going to have run-ins. I feel like this match is going to have glass. I don't know why.
Oh?
I just feel like it. I just feel like there's gonna be glass.
If WWE's gonna do that.
Okay, that's
well,
odd.
This is Elimination Chamber. One of the spots of Elimination Chamber is going through plexiglass. They're already gonna have a quote-unquote glass spot on this pay-per-view anyway.
Well, that's plexiglass. That's different.
Well,
that
I mean,
stays as
hey,
one
go
sheet.
through it.
It just goes boom as they go through it, and then everybody's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I will say, going back to when I watched the first Elimination Chamber match on WWE Vault, that's one thing that old Elimination Chamber did very well. That was real glass. Yeah. That was...
All right, real quick, if we're going to talk about old Elimination Chamber matches, can we get back to, they're putting their bodies on the line in an intense match. Can we go back to belts being on the fucking line in these matches, please?
Yeah, right? Oh my god, it was so nice seeing the Elimination Chamber presented as, like, this is the moment. Like, they're not in this match to get to the moment, they're in this match to have the moment. And that made it so much more compelling.
We had a year that literally they debuted Shayna. She beat everybody in the Elimination Chamber match for nothing. Mm-hmm. Not a fucking thing. And then
because they wanted her to look strong-ish.
Yeah, and then they were just like, oh, we can't do anything with her. Yeah, well, never mind.
Well, there goes one of my trivia questions. Oh boy, that is egg on my face. Keep vamping. I think I need to find another question now.
Yeah, no, like again, when the Chamber was for a title match, it felt more substantial. Everything felt like, for example, going back to the first Elimination Chamber match when Rob Van Dam jumped off the top of the pod, and that was what took him out of the match. That moment there was everything that Rob Van Dam could give, and it cost him everything that he was there for. And that moment went on to cause so much popularity and so much support for RVD in the WWE. Like, that's
Well,
the kind
and
of intensity and emotion that you get when a title's on the line.
more to that point, that he wasn't supposed to get pinned after that. He hurt himself.
Well, I mean, yeah.
That
Yeah,
was in one of his interviews. He was like, yeah, I was supposed to, get up and continue on. He's like, I couldn't.
Yeah, if you go back, they even mention it on commentary. He fucks his ankle when he lands. He not as bad as Edge, but bad enough to take him out. But again, that's what kind of like got a lot of support behind RVD, because he was in this environment and people started to feel a little bit sorry for him and started to kind of give him that attention and say, hey, RVD is a guy that's killing it in ECW, yet in WWE, he's barely getting opportunities. And when he does get the opportunities, he has to go out and kill himself like this. So, I mean, like, when these chambers are for title matches, like when this is for a championship, it just means so much more than being for the opportunity for the championship. Like it feels a little bit more removed in that sense of how, like, one less level of importance.
So did we get all of the predictions in for this tiny little four
Yes, sir. Yep.
pay-per-view? Okay. Perfect. Now, well, here, we'll do one just for safekeeping, just for the record books, even though I'm fairly certain I can predict what everybody's answers are going to be. Does Cody sell his soul to Dwayne? I'm going to say no.
I'm going to say no.
He's their new Cena, so no.
Okay, there we go. Fire Guy Kev does in fact say yes. Awesome. There we go.
I would love it. I would fucking love it if he just goes, the first time, not right away, because the first time, of course he says no. And then he starts losing matches. People start ganging up on him. He's the champion.
Mm-hmm.
People start coming after him. All right, Rock, you know what? You got yourself a deal. I could use a little more power. And then he turns to the dark side, and we get douchebag Cody Rhodes. I'd take it.
No more douchebags here, though, because it's time. Jackal's Game Show. On today's episode, welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. I'm your host, as always, the ever lovely Jackal Joker. No co-host, no nothing, just me today. On today's game show, we are going to be talking about the Elimination Chamber.
Ooh. I've heard of that.
And I have two contestants on today's show. Contestants, introduce yourselves.
I'm Dick Van Winkle. I need cream.
Dick Van Winkle, welcome on in. And the other contestant.
I didn't sign up for this. He kidnapped me. Please call. Please call for help.
Okay,
I haven't seen my family in weeks.
Dick Van Winkle and friend, we are here live. We're going to be keeping track of your scores as we continue on throughout the show. I got a couple questions for you, gentlemen. I want to see if you can answer them. To buzz in to answer first, what would you like to shout out? I didn't think this far ahead.
Yeet.
Yeet. You have to yeet to submit
Yeet
to
to
answer
answer
first.
He'll say
Okay.
yeet. I'll say no yeet.
Yeet versus no yeet, live and in concert. Here we go. All
I
right.
can't wait to guess on all of these and get none of them.
Gentlemen, there have only been 5 people in the history of WWE to have won more than one Elimination Chamber match. Can you tell me the person that has won the most Elimination Chamber matches?
No yeet.
No. And friend.
What a name. Fuck, no, it's not him. I was gonna say Triple H. It's not Triple H.
Yeet.
And
Can I steal or no? How does this work?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it HB Shizzle?
sorry about that. The host got drugged and taken off stage real quick. That was odd.
Jeez. Saudi government came after you, huh?
They're going after targeting everybody now. And friend, I got chloroformed before you could submit your final answer. What is your final answer?
I just said Triple H. That's fine. I know that's not right though.
That is
Sure
correct. Triple H with 4 Elimination
Jesus,
Chamber
right.
wins.
Because he beat. I know the big one was him sledgehammering Goldberg, and then I think he also won the first one.
Yeah, he did.
Dick Van Winkle, I will give you a chance for a rebuttal point. There are 2 men that have won 3 Elimination Chamber matches each. If you could name either one of them, you will get a rebuttal point.
Who's won 2 Elimination Chambers?
Two men have won 3 chamber matches.
2 men have won 3 chambers.
There you go.
This is where I'm going to get exposed for having to look up stats before I talk about things on the podcast. I'm going to say the greatest of all time, John Cena.
Oh, that is absolutely correct. Excellent work, Dick Van Winkle. We are all tied up 1 apiece. The other man to have won 3 chamber matches, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, that's another. I forgot he was in the WWE. I'm going to be honest.
The other 2 men that have won more than 1 chamber match, Drew McIntyre and Edge.
How many did Drew win?
2.
Yeah, but neither of his actually ended up mattering.
So the next question, we unfortunately got spoiled for the most eliminations done by a woman in a single Elimination Chamber match. Thank you, Ann Friend. Appreciated that one.
Yeet! Shayna Baszler, yeet!
Yeah, Dick Van Winkle, that question, null and void, doesn't count. Who, for 2 points, tell me who got the most Elimination Chamber matches. Sorry, Jesus, I can't even talk right. I can't host. Who has the most Elimination Chamber eliminations in a single match? You get 2 points if you can tell me who and how many he did.
Yeet, Brock Lesnar, 5.
Dick Van Winkle, that is incorrect.
Oh.
What?
And friend, your opportunity to steal?
John Cena?
Ooh, points to nobody for this one because you are both incorrect. The correct answer
I thought it was Lesnar. Is it Goldberg?
Braun Strowman. The one year they decided to do like 7 men instead of 6 for some reason.
Oh, fuck off.
And he ended up getting 5 eliminations that year, tying the record set by Shayna Baszler.
Who remembers Braun Strowman in Elimination Chamber?
I knew he was in one, but I didn't think he set the record.
The next question I have for you, which WWE superstar has the most cumulative Elimination Chamber eliminations of all time?
Ooh.
He has the record set at 10. The next closest is at 8.
10? God,
10 Elimination Chamber eliminations of all time. Cumulative.
Oh, beans. Fuck.
To give you a hint, it is in fact not Shayna Baszler. And friend.
Is it Triple H?
Ooh, that is incorrect. Dick Van Winkle has an opportunity to steal.
Oh, that was my guess. Oh, shit. All right, let's see. Who's maybe kind of close to Triple H's level? Because, like, if he has 10 eliminations, he's been in quite a few.
Not necessarily. I mean, think about it. Braun Strowman had 5 in one match.
You're right. You know what? He failed me last time. He'll get me this time. Give me the alleged piss boy, Brock Lesnar.
That is actually incorrect as well. I do believe Brock has only been in either 1 or 2 chambers. Not that many to count up as many eliminations as this man has. The most cumulative eliminations throughout all of Elimination Chamber history goes to Y2J, Chris Jericho, with 10 all-time eliminations.
What? I fucking should have called it. He talked about it on his podcast. God damn it.
Oh, I don't listen.
Brock Lesnar only has 4 total eliminations all time.
I completely misread remember Brock Lesnar in an Elimination Chamber then, because I would assume that every time he was in an Elimination Chamber, especially when he was being booked by the devil himself, Vince McMahon, I would have assumed that he would have cleared a house every single time he was in that.
Well, because he was just in the one, and it was the one where he yeeted Austin Theory off the top.
Yeah. I guess he was just in the one, wasn't he? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although he did clear house in that, though. You know, again, he threw Austin Theory off the fucking top, so.
And your next question, gentlemen, as we are still tied up 1 apiece. Which WWE superstar has appeared... Sorry, we'll do a two-parter here. Which WWE male superstar has appeared in the most cumulative Elimination Chamber matches of all time? Think about this one. It makes sense if you think about it.
Yeet Triple H.
Ooh, Dick Van Winkle, that is actually incorrect. Incorrect. And friend with an opportunity to steal.
Y2J?
Ooh, incorrect yet again. The correct answer for this one is actually the Viper, Randy Orton, with 9 appearances inside the chamber.
Holy shit!
9 times.
No wonder
Y2J,
his back is fucked.
Y2J close second at 8. Orton has only been in 1 more chamber match than Jericho. Now we turn our attention to the ladies. This one might be a bit easier for you. Which woman has appeared in the most Elimination Chamber pay-per-views
No
of all time? And friend.
I have a second guess lined up, which hopefully he guesses if I'm wrong. Liv Morgan.
Oh, there we go. We've got another point, and friend takes the lead.
Hasn't Liv Morgan been in every Royal Rumble match too? Every women's Rumble.
Well, I mean, shit, we got to wait a whole nother year to do Royal Rumble trivia now, so I guess we'll find out a year from now. Damn it. Wish I had this fucking idea months
Hook, line,
sooner.
and sinker. Keep them going for another year.
Damn it. Liv Morgan has 5 chamber appearances of all time, and I believe there's only been the 5 chamber matches.
Natty, I think, is closest behind her with probably 4 then.
Actually, Natalia, I don't know if she's even been in a single women's chamber match, Mike.
I thought she'd been in 1 or 2, at least.
The next closest is a handful of women at 2. So nobody's been in 3 and nobody's been in 4. Liv has been in all 5.
Wow. Iron Woman.
Whoa, wind things down here as I try to find more questions to ask.
Well, if you want, we can kind of leave it there for now, and we could talk about the question I had.
Oh, okay. I like that idea that much more, because there's trivia questions, and then there's just like questions that are on the internet that, unless you are a wrestling fan that doesn't go outside, you won't fucking know. So yeah, we'll do that one instead.
Yeah, Dick Van Winkle touches grass. Sorry.
This one's pretty easy. Well, it might not be. It might not be, because it there's been a lot of good within wrestling, especially over the last couple years, with TNA coming back into power with this partnership with WWE, with AEW setting up another place for wrestlers to have a place to go to and make money. But that being said, there's also been a lot of bad. So I was wondering, because we've talked about, matches that you think people should watch to get into wrestling, some of your Mount Rushmore. What are just some absolutely dog shit terrible matches that you've had to sit through?
I have a good one.
Oh,
DX versus the Brothers of Destruction in Saudi Arabia. Triple H gets hurt. Kane loses his mask. Shawn gets hurt. The Undertaker gets hurt. Everybody leaves disappointed. It is a comedy of errors to the point where all 4 men involved now call that their worst match ever. It is in my opinion, the epitome of know when you're done with your career. Because none of those men needed to do that, and it only hurt them all. It was an absolute shit show, arguably laughable. Yeah, start there.
That is notoriously shit at this point, and I don't think, no matter the size of the paycheck from Saudi Arabia, could ever make any one of those men feel good about that match, because oh boy, my eyes are starting to water with how stinky that one is. Jesus Christ.
Oh, honorable shout out to Michael Cole's WrestleMania match. That's honorable shout out.
The Lawler match. Oh, how could I forget?
Yeah, when he came out with that bright Syracuse orange singlet with his gut hanging out.
That
one was bad on purpose, though. You know, like that one was supposed. It was comedy bad, so it's an honorable mention. Because the DX versus Brothers of Destruction match, they wanted that to be a legitimate match. They Undertaker has talked about it in interviews, and he said that the goal for that match was they were basically all thinking, we've done this, we've been here before, we know how to do this, right? Because like they did in the Attitude Era, they knew how to do it. Problem is that, that was the Attitude Era, and it's, the 2020s, and they're trying to do the same thing in Saudi Arabia. So it's a shit show. Kane losing his mask sends me every fucking time. Every fucking time. That is the moment where you can just see all four men just admit defeat. Well,
I don't know. Watching Triple H's arm turn to fucking jello.
Yeah, well, that's Triple H admitting defeat at that point. I think that's when Triple H realized that he's done.
Yeah, well, no, his heart attack was when he realized he was done.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh at that. That's not funny, but that's also fucking hilarious.
He even said, he's like, well, I'm done now.
No, one more match, Triple H, one more.
Well, and that's people are like, are you ever going to have another one? He's like, I don't want to die in the ring, so no.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's fair.
My pacemaker probably says that I'm done there, bud. Sorry about it.
I still remember they did like a little him being terrified of Braun Strowman angle after that, where Braun was threatening him, and I was like, "Careful, you're gonna give him a heart attack."
And then he did. No. I think mine.
So what about you, Jackal? You got any matches where you're just like, man, don't watch that?
I'll keep mine short and sweet. And it keeps in season of the Elimination Chamber. Well, one of them doesn't, because just look at the entire discography of the man they call Sin Cara when he first debuted into the WWE. Because, boy oh boy, brother did not feel like learning English, and it shows.
You knew it was going to be good when he botched the entrance every time.
Oh, every fucking time.
You knew you were
we're just going to give you a trampoline, bud. That'll make sense. But for an Elimination Chamber that if you want to go back and watch it and absolutely feel your insides recoil, I know I said one before the podcast started. However, I thought of another one looking at my trivia cards here. There was one time where the Intercontinental Championship was up for grabs in the Royal Rumble, in the Elimination Chamber, and boy, oh boy, I don't know which smells worse, me or that match, because I do believe that match was won by Ryback. Ooh. It's not good. It's just not good. And then the winner, you're like, oh my god, it's going to be a feel-good winner. I'm going to love it. Who won? Oh.
Steroid guy.
Mm-hmm. He eats chips and he's funny or whatever.
He still does his dumbass head tap too. Ugh. Hate it.
It's not good. It's not good. If you want to just go hate watch something, I'd highly recommend that.
Understandable. I think Ryback deserves all of our hate. Collectively, as a unit.
Collect as a group.
Yeah.
Team hate.
Mike, what about you? Last one. Make it, well, I would say make it good, but you're supposed to make it shitty, so make it a bad one.
Well, so the reason I had asked is, I was thinking about terrible matches, like when people just, get knocked out and they keep on trying to carry on a match or whatever. Like, I had a flashback to Sammy Guevara versus Matt Hardy in AEW,
Oh,
where,
yeah.
Matt got knocked plumb dumb, right? Just
Yeah, you got
was
knocked the
probably
fuck out.
Yeah, and they just kept on doing the match. Just kept it plugging along.
Yeah, that was uncomfortable when they kept it, because like it was like he went down like a fucking sack of potatoes. Like, yeah, that was uncomfortable.
Yeah, I will say again, I try and give people kudos when they are clearly trying in a ring. But if you ever, and this is going to be broad spectrum, go ahead, just watch her whole thing. If you ever want to watch somebody just be truly bad at wrestling, anything Eva Marie's ever done, just go ahead, watch those, because she is
Oh,
awful.
you're accurate. Yeah, that.
But if you,
God.
Oh.
I did have 2 lists pulled up just in case of some of the worst matches that people have thought of. And there was one list that was super extensive that I was like, some of those weren't bad. It's just the crowd didn't care. Like when we went to SummerSlam in Detroit, and it was Ronda Shayna, which
Oh yeah, when they just punched each other for real. Yeah.
They literally beat the shit out of each other, and nobody in that arena watched. We all went and got food and drinks.
Yep.
Another one you can throw up there: Ric Flair's last match. Yeah, where he had the heart attack spot, and then almost had an actual fucking heart attack during the match after that spot, and nobody knew if he was doing the spot again. Yeah, absolutely horrible match.
I think one match we can all agree on, because it even took up a WrestleMania spot. And it was a match they had just talked about wanting in an interview. So it was just built from an interview. Jimmy versus Jay.
Oh, Uso Mania.
Super Kick Mania. Mm-hmm.
God.
Mm-hmm.
That was truly, truly terrible. It's one of those matches that you're like, okay, both of them can put on a good match if they try. Poof.
Yeah,
they didn't try.
I think if people want to watch some absolutely, well, I'm going to say some, not all, absolutely horrible wrestling, they should definitely hit subscribe, because we have a series of videos coming out over the next few weeks here of us watching some indie wrestling, some backyard wrestling, some how do we say this? Trampoline wrestling. Yeah, just straight up shit you shouldn't be doing. But we watched it all, and if you want to see that, you should hit like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell, so that way you're notified whenever we post it. If you enjoyed this episode and you're over on Spotify, you can go ahead and hit follow. You can give us a 5-star rating, because I think we're a nice little 5-star podcast. This was a fun one, a little FGK-less episode, so we're a little bit more on track. If you enjoyed me, you can find me over at twitch.tv/EraV1 or on YouTube at EraV1Music.
Okay, I'll go next. If you want to find me, just listen to us here. Watch those videos. We watched some absurd wrestling.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then we watched some really good stuff. And I'm going to say it now just as a teaser. SGW is fantastic.
SGW is on fire, literally.
Mm-hmm. And if you don't like me, you can find me in the background of a Tennessee trampoline match.
With how calm this week's episode was, with how cool and collected we all were, I'm going to turn my ADHD up to an 11 next week to make it that much more unlistenable. But I guess if you want to find me beforehand, twitch.tv/JackalJoker or youtube.com/JackalJoker work just as good.
Listen, I'm cool, calm, and collected this week. I can't be yelling because my cat's sleeping right next to me, and I don't want to bother her. I don't want to bother her, and she looks very pissed that I'm still recording.
Wait. Is the cat's shoulders down while is she laying on her back?
I'm not gonna pin my cat, dude.
I'm just, if the shoulders are down, I'm just saying, I'll count it.
Okay, fine.
Okay, quiet. Here we go.
I'm not, just for the record, though, I'm only putting a finger and I'm not doing any pressure. I'm doing like one of those cocky pins. Don't call the ASPCA, please. My cat's spoiled. All right, I got my finger there. Go ahead and count it.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. Ring the bell.
Oh, the bell woke her up, you dick.
Fuck!
You fucking asshole. Fuck you. Fuck you. She was asleep. She was nice and comfortable.
God. Oh, God, I woke the baby.
How dare you?
Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, she's starting to cry now and everything. Oh, yeah.
The fact that you made
Everybody
a
call the
cat
ASPCA on
cry
Jackal.
Oh, this is the reason
Put
why
Jackal
I
in a
drink.
cage.
Jackal's where he belongs, in a cage.
Keep that on the recording. Quote that.